some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet nobody knew.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Ready, break. 40. All right. Go out. Hey, let's get rock it. Ready?
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Here's a give to Barkley, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Right there. 54. Bravo. 54 Mike. Look. Squeeze. Rush in.
Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
1st down, Vikings.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Gun.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
12 yards there and a 1st down. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. B.J. Hill able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. On 3rd down, Abdullah. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Gun. I got motion.
They'll try and run with Abdullah. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I got you.
Hey, stand up!
Check three. Joker.
Hey! On the 2.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Go! 18 Gator.
We got it. Shift. Watch the shift. Kill.
Hey.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Oh, twisting away. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Madden going to hand it off to Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On play action, now Manning. Over the middle, complete to Tate. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Complete to Golden Tate. It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Set. 60 outlaw.
Watch the pass.
Go.
55. Mike 55.
Stop your whining.
Go.
Mike 55.
From the gun on 3rd down. Manning. It's caught. Shepard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Go.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They fake the handoff. Now Manning. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. On 3rd down, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Look at me, zipper.
Let's go, D. Mike, 55.
Manning now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, second and 10.
Under 10, 10. Check it.
A handoff to Barkley, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs.
Hey, high 7. Good.
Mike's 5-4.
Greystone travel.
From the gun, it's Manning. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
5.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
No gain on this defense.
They do go for it. It's Manning. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And now out comes Minnesota. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
They run, Cook, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from the 20. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken short. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Manning will try again on second down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Mike's by 4.
Yes.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Let's go.
From the gun, Madden going for the deep ball. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun. Cousins trying to lay one up deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The New York set to take the field. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Cody Latimer, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Ready.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
On deck, baby, on deck. Hey, Foxtrot. 54. Mike, 54. Watch the screen. Mike. Go, Jackrabbit, come on. 54. Here we go. Ready.
Throwing again. Manning. Looking for Shepard deep. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
He was covered by Trey Waynes.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 55, Mike, guys, 55.
Operating from the gun. Manning. The Latimer's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Starting the third quarter with Cook. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Again, it's Cook. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Cousins. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dalvin Tomlinson. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Go. 40's mark. 40's the mark. Exit.
Working from the gun, Manning. Tate bringing it in for the Giant touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So the first play of the drive, they strike through the air and score.
A lot of coaches like change of possession as a time to go ahead and strike, and that's what we saw there. Ball turned over, first play, right to the end zone.
Rosas good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, it's Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out. And who's got it? The Giants! And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go hard.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He spins free, and he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Cousins gives way to Cook. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
The Vikings on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throwing. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. 57 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown. Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
On the double. Check, 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 check. Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Yo, 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 go, go. Key 26, key 26. Get.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Now Saquon Barkley. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
Recon, 132 fighter. I'm coming for you, son. 54 is Mike. 54 is Lee.
Throwing is Manning on third down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 23 yards on the play.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Manning now just 6 of 16 through the air, but he does have a 1st and 10 here. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
He was brought down by Trey Williams. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Down. 18 Gator. 55. Yep.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Bravo.
Time to go. Night.
Pilot, 64. Weak.
Check 55. Mike.
Let's go.
They'll go for it. It's Manning. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Cousins to throw it. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back. I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Handoff comes to Cook, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 3rd down. Now Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. On first down, Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going wrong. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Rock it, now.
So the fumble recovery, and now Manning. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hey, Charlie. 40's the money. Squeeze. Come to my work. We want. Look at me. Go. Ready.
Play action. Manning. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Ready, go.
The Giants do snap it. It's Manning. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Mike Hughes came crashing in that time, got the sack. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road? And everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense. Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Go.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Stand. Hey, stand up.
On the run, it's Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Hey.
Manning to Barkley on the draw play. And an alley to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 37 yards. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. Rosas to add the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
He takes this for 3 to the 29. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he loses the football a second time. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead now up to 14. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go hard. What are you? Clark. 53. You ain't got nothing.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A first down throw for Cousins. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Lorenzo Carter in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. Touchdown, Vikings! Laquan Treadwell, 54 yards. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, Wahoo! Mike 55, Mike 55. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Check. Yo, go, go. 55 to Mike.
Manning to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Following the interception, Cousins. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball. Hey, echo. 40's Mike. 40's Mike. Hey, let's get this. Now. Mike 40, Mike 40. Pick it up, pick it up. Hey, pick it up. Mike's 40. Mike's 40. I'm here. Now.
So after the INT, it's Manning. Caught right side, Tate. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Hey, high 7. Ready?
Manning looking to throw it. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Check, check. 40's Mike. 40's a Mike. 40's a Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Hey, Jet. Here I come again. Hey, exit.
Now Manning. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Saquon Barkley. Incomplete. Harrison Smith on the coverage.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
It's 4th down.
Pat Shurmur, he's going to roll the dice. His guys are going on 4th down.
Look at me, zipper. Go. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Double dog. That's the way. Hey. 55. Hey, eat. I'm going to run you over. Get.
They'll run with Barkley, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough. Trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.